Hi, I'm Amelia Henry. I'm here in our rice field in the Philippines at IRRI, the International Rice Research Institute, where I work as a senior scientist in plant physiology. I'm very honored to be receiving the Penn State Graduate School Alumni Society Humanitarian Service Award, and I thought I'd say a few things about what I do. Overall at IRRI, our aim is to improve food security and to help lift people out of poverty through our research on rice. In my research group, we take many measurements on rice plants. We grow them in the field and we measure the leaves and the roots in order to try to understand what could make a rice plant stress tolerant, for example, to drought, salinity, submergence, or what makes a certain variety not stress tolerant so that we can think of ways to improve it through plant breeding. I train students who come from developing countries where these types of stresses are a problem in rice growing regions, and I collaborate with researchers who work with farmers. And the farmers in rain-fed rice growing areas are really struggling to produce sufficient yield. The average yield in rain-fed areas is 1.5 tons per hectare, which is much lower than the potential yield of rice at 10 tons per hectare. Now, IRRI has developed some new varieties that can yield more under stress, and my research group has identified the leaf and root traits that are responsible for the improved yield in those varieties. But still, there is really a lot more work that can be done. Rice has a lot more potential to yield under stress if we can use appropriate research strategies. The training I received at Penn State was critical in preparing me for this kind of work. And I encourage current Penn State students to think about, after you graduate, going into a line of work that could lead to impact. I'm especially thankful to my PhD supervisor, Jonathan Lynch, because he always instilled in us the importance of choosing a research path that could lead to impact. And he gave us many opportunities to conduct our research in developing countries. I also still remember all the help I got from my PhD thesis committee, Kathy Brown, Peter Kleinman, and Surinder Chopra. And I'm thankful to Taewee Gao and all the professors from what was then the Ecological and Molecular Plant Physiology program for giving us both a rigorous and a nurturing program. Even before I arrived at Penn State, my master's supervisor, Bruce Bugbee, was a Penn State grad. And when I came here to the Philippines, the first director I had of IRRI was Bob Ziegler, who grew up at Penn State. So I've benefited not only from my academic experience at Penn State, but also the more holistic experience. Again, I would just like to say I'm very thankful to be receiving this award. Thank you very much.